From the world's most famous arena, it is not the world's most famous panel, but I think it's a pretty darn good one. The panel brought to you by Sport Chek. Tom Zola with Jack Michaels and Bob Stauffer from the Oilers Radio Network. And gentlemen, the Oilers have back-to-back victories for the first time this season, winners of 3 of their last 4. Is this team starting to garner some traction here?
Well, I think its road play would dictate that it is, and certainly it starts in net with Cam Talbot delivering 2 more rock-solid performances because Edmonton's gotten opportunistic scoring thus far on the trip. They haven't, again, been lighting it up. I mean, they've scratched out 2-1 and 3-2 overtime victories, but in a league where it's often a 1-goal game, the Oilers have found a way to get 2 in a row for the first time all year.
And Bob, the last time we met for the panel, we were talking about the East and their record against the East, and they're doing it against Eastern Conference teams here.
Yeah, and their best players have been their best players, and as Jack alluded to, obviously Cam Talbot's a big part of that, and you know he's had a ridiculous save percentage here over his last 5 starts against teams on the road. So that bodes well for Edmonton. You know, the excitement level with what Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl can do, especially come overtime. We're almost at the stage now where we're hoping to get to overtime. Right. But you know, you'd like to see the team sustain some things during the course of the game. I think what was important against New Jersey was a big night for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Milan Lucic. Those guys help contribute and provide some secondary scoring. And in fairness to Nugent-Hopkins, he's done that all season long.
A lot of talk going into the week had to do with the penalty kill and its struggles, and all of a sudden the penalty kill is looking pretty good.
Well, it starts again in net, and Cam Talbot needs to be the Oilers' best penalty killer, and he's done that on the road trip. And you know what? When you get one, then confidence starts building, and you start understanding that it does run in cycles, and that you can get the job done. And it's, you know, delivered against some pretty potent offensive players when you consider Taylor Hall, Kyle Palmieri in New Jersey, and certainly John Tavares, and how well Matthew Barzal and Jordan Eberle had it going on in Brooklyn.
All right, take a quick peek ahead to the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals. The Rangers are rolling 5 straight victories. Looks like Henrik Lundqvist is playing well. What's it going to take for the Oilers to be victorious here at MSG and then try to repeat that or get a win in Washington?
Well, they're more of the same in terms of Cam Talbot in between the pipes. The Oilers are running out of some forwards up front with some injuries to Drake Kujula and Anton Slepyshev. So today the organization recalls Jesse Puljujarvi. I would assume that he's going to play in the top 6 and slide right into what's become a rotating spot on the right wing with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Milan Lucic. Let's not forget that when Leon Draisaitl got recalled a couple of years ago, at that time he played 6 games in the minors, had a goal and an assist. I don't think people quite thought Leon Draisaitl would become the Leon Draisaitl that he became, and I think people thought he might end up going back down in a few games. It's not even come close. In terms of Puljujarvi, I don't know if the same offensive upside's there as a player, but I do think there should be some excitement level with this prospect, and I think he might actually have a better chance to succeed at the NHL level, a little bit more structure and process than in the minors.
What's the statement you use? More pop?
Well, at some point he's going to pop. I think
Yeah.
that's, you know, I don't want to speak for the organization, but it's sort of the reoccurring theme.
Right.
Is usually players like that, there's an adjustment, especially for him coming over from Europe, and we'll see. I mean, does he pop now? I don't know, but I am going to be excited to see what he does this weekend.
Jack, do you want to add to that?
Well, a couple of matchups to look forward to this weekend, and that's how the Rangers and Caps elect to defend the top line of the Edmonton Oilers. I thought it was real interesting that 5-on-5, both the Islanders and the New Jersey Devils elected to go with 4th lines. Guys like Blake Coleman and Stefan Nason and Casey Cizikas and Cal Clutterbuck. How long will that hold up before that top line, as Bob would mention, pops? I'm going to be real curious to see what happens for the remainder of this road trip, because that line, 5-on-5, is due to bust out. They've been great in overtime, but 5-on-5, if the Rangers and Caps elect to go that route, things could get real interesting.
All right, Rangers and Capitals, back-to-back days, one of them an early start, and then, of course, this road trip wraps up in D.C. on Sunday. Jack and Bob have the call for you, as always. I've got you covered right here on EdmontonOilers.com.